Oh, good evening. Good evening. How are you guys? ADCB open 24-hour. Now I'm curious about that name. Welcome, you guys. Sorry about my little snafu on the Facebooks earlier. I don't know how it's scheduled for 3 p.m. I know I put the right time. I just know that I did. I feel it in my bones because I did that before we even left to go see the dinosaurs. And I am only seeing, oh, no, at 5:46. Oh, let's see. Let's add you to the stage. I don't know where we are because um, I'm not seeing any comments yet. So you'll have to let me know if we're actually streaming. Can you guys just say, hey, 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 and let us know where you're joining us from for a favor? Whew, we made it, but barely. Ooh. Okay, so I'm on Facebook, even though it tells me I'm live, but I don't see me. That's weird.
You're on YouTube.
Okay, weird. So, good evening. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Mary. So it tells me I'm live, but I'm not live. So you guys may have to hit my profile picture in order to get to the live. I just feel like rules are being changed every day around here because I don't see it on my feed, but I see it when if I push the picture. Hey, Flea. So we brought bubbly tonight to you guys. This will be our last evening together for 2026. I probably should have made a bigger deal of it, right? Weird. I made a bigger deal.
All right. Looks like you're there.
Okay. Very good. So all is well. And then I thank you, Flea. Please want to let me know that I put the wrong time on there. Or I'm going to say Facebook put the wrong time. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it because I did that early today. I wasn't even in a hurry when I did it. I am pretty sure I put the right time. I'm almost certain.
So I just want to hear myself so that I can hear whether or not this is coming through. Yeah, it's coming through. Kind of. I sound very far away.
But they can
Like,
at least hear you, though.
yeah, I don't know that this is doing anything.
Oh.
I really don't.
Well, if back there, they probably can't hear you.
I'm
How does David sound to you guys? Because that's what's important.
I think I sound really far away. That I'm coming through your microphone.
Did you turn that up? There's a,
This is for sound.
I know there's a volume. It's a volume button though on there. If you
For
look,
this volume, not for this volume.
okay, you don't think
Not
they
for the
tore
speaker.
the speaker volume?
So
Felicia says you sound great. Lauren says loud and clear, David.
kind of an echo. Yeah, I think it's because I'm so far away. Well, we'll try.
He's actually louder than me. That's the word on the street. Is that you're louder than I am?
It is not coming through these headphones that way.
Okay, you sound fine. Okay, we just try to. We know how important sound is because we are mature adults, and there are certain things that we are very particular about, and sound is one of them. So we try to make sure that we sound good when we come live so that nobody's like straining to hear us. You know what I mean? So, hey, Chris, how are you? KC, 200. Oh, Lord. I think that's, who is that? I just saw who it was. Loud and clear. Thank you, Norma. So tonight, you guys, we want to start off. Should we do our toast now, or should we wait until the
It
middle?
is up to you.
We'll do our toast in the middle. After our last live, you guys, we talked about bringing libation to tonight's call, or not call, that's what we call it in my membership, to tonight's live, because we're going to do some toasting tonight. Oh, wow. I should have washed these again before I brought them out.
Eh,
I know. Little
they're
dust.
clean.
They're clean. They're just, Um, and we're going to do some toast tonight to the new year because this will be our last live before 2026. And I have some things in front of me that we're going to talk about. During my whatnots, well, you want to say hi to everybody first, baby?
I'll say hi to everybody I think I can see. How's
Okay,
that sound?
that sounds good.
Because every now and then it just decides, I'm not going to update.
Oh, yeah.
Everything has been so wonky with
I'm sorry.
social media this year. All right, let's see. We got Flea Brown from Santa Barbara, Kathleen O'Brien Hoovis from Chile, Illinois, Chris Schmidt, Norma Rubio, and Lisa Vansell on Facebook. On YouTube, we have Lauren Martone, CK2025R8Z, and I See the Glory of Kingdom.
Very good. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you. I just had a new idea. Mm, this was sitting on my desk. We'll see what happens. So, you guys, when I have my whatnot tells, oh, sorry, I'm like all over the place. My brain is a little scattered. We took naps this afternoon too. So there is no excuse. We should be like sharp as tacks. If you are new here, which I don't see anybody who's new, my name is Royce. The voice you hear behind the camera is my husband, David Bell, and together we make up Royce Global Treasures. We typically meet here every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But during the holidays, we're going to skip probably the next two lives that we said.
Mm-hmm.
We won't be live for 2 weeks because of the holidays. So tonight will be our last live. We meet here, we chit chat, we catch up. Um, I have no idea what David's going to say on any given night. We'll see what happens. I don't know. And we craft, and we usually upcycle. But the hope is that you guys get something valuable every time you come and hang out with us. Whether it's I don't know, hanging out and having fun or learning something new. So tonight I have three different cabinet doors here in front of me. And the reason why I pulled them out was because the last time I sold cabinet doors for my whatnot auction, there were actually quite a few comments that were asking like, what do you do with them? So we're going to work with one tonight. I'm going to show you guys three that we have, and we'll make a decision about which one we're going to work on. Because the one I want to work on, I'm sad I did not get it primed. So I'm debating what I want to do. So I have this door, which the reason why I love working with cabinet doors is because they're already finished. So when you make a sign or a piece of art, it like automatically looks finished and you don't have to do anything. So for this door, I could put something in the middle and paint the sides and it would be perfectly framed. Or if I wanted to be even fancier, I could use this side, right? And it's already framed. So this is one door. This one is probably some kind of an enamel finish. It's super smooth. It's not broken. So if I use this one, I don't have to worry about bleed through or anything like that because the finish is in really good condition. And I'm talking about signs tonight, but the information I'm giving you guys tonight does pertain to furniture as well. So this has a perfect finish. The finish isn't broken anywhere. It's a nice smooth finish. So like if I bought a piece of furniture and it had a finish like this one, I would be comfortable just cleaning it and painting it, right? Without having to like strip it or do any of that stuff.
Oh, I see the glory is Amber Dominions.
Oh, okay. Hey, Amber.
Oh, that didn't do you any good. There you go. I see the glory is Amber Demakowitz. I have to turn me off. I'm creating a echo again.
Okay. So on this one has a good finish too. You guys can see that, right? The finish is still in really good shape. It's just natural wood underneath. This one, I can tell that this finish is a little bit more worn. Like the other one was perfect. This one is questionable. So like if I had gotten a piece like this and the finish is in pretty good shape like this one, I would probably take a really good look at it to decide what I was going to do. If I was going to paint this for myself, I would just wash it really good and paint it. But if I was going to be painting it to sell, I would want to really look at this really closely to make sure that the finish is indeed intact and that it's in really good shape. The reason why I'm always hesitant to like strip something down to the wood before I paint it is because then you have to deal with tannins. If my finish is in good shape and I'm painting over the top of this, 99% of the times I don't have to worry about tannins because they're already locked behind my finish. So that's why for me, if I can wash something really good and the finish is in really good shape, that's going to be a preference for me as far as painting over it. However, you guys know sometimes we find pieces and they're usually the ones we love. Like I love this door so much. This is another door off of a piece.
This is
Sorry. Siri's over there talking to David. This one has, you guys can see there's no shine, right? So the finish that was on this door is gone. So this door is bare wood. I do have patches of finish every now and again. So if I just choose to use this tonight, then what I'll do is I'll just do like a scuff sand just so I can have like a uniform finish across the surface before I start. And honestly, this is the one that I want to use. Like, of course it is, right? Because why not? I want to be difficult. But I don't think we're going to have time to do this one from start to finish. So I think I'm going to go with the first one just because I want us to be able to finish tonight's project because we would spend a lot of time prepping this surface before we even get to the fun part. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the first one, but I did want to talk to you guys about like your surfaces and how you can deal with them when you're ready to work on a project. So for this surface right here, if I were going to use this, I would generally like to prep in batches. So if I had a bunch of pieces like this, I would sand them a little bit and I would use a clear primer on this to lock back any tannins because that way it's primed, but I also still have the option of leaving just the bare wood in my final surface if I choose to. My primer of choice is Wise Owl's stain blocking primer. And not just because I used to choose Wise, because I used to carry Wise Owl, but like that is my favorite primer. I know that there are people who carry other brands of paint, but they still carry Wise Owl's primer because of its stain blocking properties. If you have something like knotty pine or cherry wood, um, there are some oaks that are just horrendous to deal with. You'll run into those every now and again, and your stain blocking primer is not working. You may have to break down and use the stinky stuff. So you'll want to use a shellac, like a spray shellac, and let that sit for like a few days, and then go over it with your paint products. So that's my what do you call it in college? You have lab. Oh, that's my lecture tonight on prepping.
you have to bring me back in
Oh,
backstage.
where did you go? Okay, I added you.
The everything just turned off, and so I had to go out, go back in. I kept trying to turn the headphones back on
Hmm.
because they turned off, and there you go.
Okay.
Barbara Anderson is joining for the first time.
Hi, Barbara. Welcome, welcome. And so, if you guys have any questions tonight about prepping your furniture or prepping your upcycle pieces, apparently tonight is the night because that's what I'm talking about. So, you guys can drop your questions below. And I feel like the confusion comes because a lot of companies talk about being able to just paint without doing any prep. And I guess it's kind of true in that chalk saddle paints are really, really good at gripping to surfaces. And so you don't necessarily have to worry about them chipping off, although it does happen sometimes. And so when it comes to like a gripping primer, maybe you don't need to have that kind of prep, but your primer serves several purposes. It make sure that your paint can like really hold onto your surface so that you don't have paint chipping off later after you're done. It also blocks any tannins, and tannins are just natural oils that are inherent in the wood, and they come to the surface whenever you put like water-based products on them or old stains. You guys know if you have been doing furniture for any amount of time, if someone spilled oil on that furniture at any time, maybe they set a candle on it and candle wax fell on it, or even if they spilled something, those stains can still rise to the top of your paint finish. And so when I'm talking about prepping and priming, it's not just about the paint's ability to adhere to the surface, it's also about blocking back any stains that may also be there. And the third thing is just getting full coverage. There are some colors like red and or jewel tones, which jewel tones have a lot of red, which is why they pose the same problem. The pigments in red, anything, red pigments are really big. So tiny pigments have really small spaces in between them so they can fit tighter together so you get better coverage. Red pigments are larger and so they have more space. And so if you ever painted with red, you've probably had the frustration of trying to get full coverage. So using your primer, you can like use a gray primer underneath and then go over with red and you'll get quicker coverage and it'll be beautiful coverage. So that's all I have about prep, unless you guys have some additional questions. But I'm going to go ahead and put it down to my table so we can start working on tonight's project. Oh, man. I didn't even look for the paper I wanted. I'm fired. I'm fired. We'll get started, though. Camera.
While you are doing that, may I ask everybody to, if you're on Facebook, please put in a comment and an emoji or something. I threw one up of Royce, a cartoon Royce and hearts.
My.
And well, because I'm using your Facebook account
Okay.
because I'm on your tablet. But more importantly, share and make a comment. It really does help. If you're on YouTube, like, hit the subscribe button. I got to remember what all the YouTubers say. Hit the subscribe button and the bell, and put in a comment. It really does help the channel. It really does. And when you hit the bell, that's for alerts. You can customize the alerts any way you want.
Okay. So I'm going to start. Ooh, this camera doesn't like this light color. The cameras are weird, you guys. They don't like light. You guys see that? It's like having trouble focusing. As soon as I put my hand there, it focuses.
And then when you move your hand, it goes away.
It does. It's on the struggle bus. It's okay. We're going to start painting right now. I got to decide what color I want to paint this. I was going to go, I know, you know what? Let me paint. We'll paint the edges really quickly to help out our camera. We'll start there. I'm going to start with my favorite color, which is Abyss. This particular surface is so slick. I am going to do a little bit of, I'm going to go over the surface with my sanding block just to rough it up just a little bit.
All right, I have to ask, number one. I forgot what I was going to ask number one. Number two, I really did have a question, and I don't remember what it was. How's everybody doing on the holiday shopping? I'm curious if anybody still has to shop.
I kept thinking Christmas was like a week away. I don't know. I mean, I'm done. Whatever I bought is what I bought.
Now, that's not true because I convinced you to buy some stuff today.
Well, yeah, that's like extra stuff.
Not that they're watching. Your audience is not as my audience on my radio show is they're old.
Don't say old. They're mature.
No, they're old. My audience is old. I'm broadcasting on AM radio. I know my audience.
I'm gonna tell Donna Boy you call her old.
Yeah, but one thing I can guarantee is our grandchildren are not watching us right now.
No.
So we can say that we bought them each an outfit today.
They might be watching. Ariana watches sometimes.
Well, the 1-year-old isn't going to know what we
No,
said.
he's not gonna know.
And the
Oh yeah,
6-year-old
he's
is
not
not going to pay
watching.
attention. He doesn't watch when he's here.
No, he's not watching. He does not care. And so what I did was just sanded my surface, just to add a little bit of tooth to it. I'm using chalk style paint, so I'm not concerned with adherence as much, but I just wanted to knock off some of that shine. And let's get some paint down. I'm sorry, you guys. As soon as I get some color on this piece, my cameras will stop having trouble focusing. And the white matte probably isn't helping either.
I should mention that if you are a Royce cycled retailer, please put a link
Yes.
in for your store so that people know where you are, how to find you, and where to buy from you. Oh, my other question. So here's a question, because Royce and I have had this debate for a little while.
I need to stir this some more.
What is your opinion of rice paper? I don't know rice paper.
I know.
And I know Royce has kind of gone back and forth. So I'm
I'm
curious what everybody thinks about rice paper.
I'm an outlier. I already know that I'm an outlier. And I think when you say rice paper, that's like super broad. We're talking about the mulberry paper, which is typically what we find in our niche.
Not focusing on what.
No, I know I haven't put any color down yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm trying to my paint. If you guys will see, I started painting, and you can tell that I don't have any pigment. It's just like barely pigmented. This can's been sitting for a while, so I'm gonna stir it and get the solids and the pigments integrated into this paint, so I can get good coverage. Because this can has probably been sitting in here for 3-4 years. So no, a lot of my customers enjoy the rice paper. They use it. And I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not my preference, is all. And so I keep going back and forth about whether I want to produce rice paper, but I've landed on no, because you guys know that I'm not going to produce something that I'm not like really passionate about.
I do think there's somewhat of value, not somewhat. I think there's value. Whoops, you got some in the middle.
I know, I saw it. It's okay.
Of giving people what they want, even if you don't want it. You know what I mean?
I hear you, but there's so many other brands that are selling it. It's fine.
And I get that. I do.
And I mean, I hear you, right? But I don't know. I would have a hard time marketing that product. I can't. And you've seen me. We've had brands that have brought out products, and I'm never the first one to market them because I have to try them first and see if I like it before I bring them to my customers. So it's just something internal. I would not be authentic if I was, using it, because I wouldn't be enjoying it. And it's just a me thing. It's not a product thing. It's just a Royce thing.
So what you're saying is if you are a rice paper fan, go to one of the other manufacturers.
Yeah, that's what they do now, baby.
I know, but I mean it's one thing for them to do it. It's another thing for you to recommend it. Well, because I mean, no, I'm not blowing smoke. People do respect your recommendations.
They do.
So if you were to say, give me a rice paper company.
Decoupage.
If you were to say, look, I'm not a rice paper person, but Decoupage Queen makes a great rice paper, people would respect that. That's all I'm saying. All right, I was just curious.
See, now it's not having a problem anymore because it has something dark to focus on. I'm going to get one coat down, and then I don't even know what I'm going to do, you guys. I've started, and I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I know that I want to decoupage the middle. I just don't know. And then I want to put the word claim on here. So the whole purpose of this is so that I can take my word of the year and put it up somewhere where I will see it every day. That's my goal.
All right, on the gift front, Emily's upcycled home is done and the items are wrapped. Barbara Anderson done and almost done wrapping. Doris Rushing still has some shopping to do. Kathleen Hoovis done, waiting on one package to arrive. Hope I didn't get scammed. I am too. They told me it was being delivered yesterday.
Oh,
That bothers me. Chris Schmidt didn't have much to buy. She got everything at Walmart, shipped it for free, everything delivered 2 weeks ago. Kathleen Hoovis, rice paper is so thick I only use it on certain projects. I put it on my front door side windows. I was tired of people at the door peeking in my house.
that's a good idea.
They,
So now it's like frosty.
yep.
Oh, nice.
Chris Schmidt used both, prefer paper over rice paper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's just a preference thing. It's not anything. And I think like who said it depends on the project? It depends on the project, right? On what you're doing. So I've just made a decision because I did toy with the idea for a little bit, but
Let's see. Amber Demakowitz. I still have to pick up a couple of gift cards, but have everything else. And waiting on a package. Cherry Meek or Sherry Meek, I apologize if I got it wrong. Prefer to use Royce's papers over rice paper. I didn't ask that to like have everybody say, oh, Royce's is the best. I was just kind of curious because that's something that we've talked about, gosh, for years.
yeah.
She said, I found that rice paper tends to break down or peel up when you go over it too much when putting it down.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna let this first one dry. Sometimes when you're painting, I haven't painted, my brain is like going about 85 miles an hour today. I'm gonna warn you guys ahead of time. I apologize ahead of time. I've been having pieces of furniture come up my Facebook memories lately, and it's been so long since I painted furniture that I don't believe any of my current people really know that I painted furniture. So, but I did paint furniture for a long time before I started doing anything else. And so I feel like tonight I'm going to be having a lot of those conversations. So I apologize if you don't paint furniture, although I do think a surface is a surface. So whether you're painting furniture or upcycling, the information should be still good. So this piece is slick and my chalk paint is going to adhere. But one thing that you can do if you're having, like, if you guys see how my chalk paint is kind of, it's not lifting up, but it's sliding all over the surface. You guys know what I mean? You can put down a super, super thin, like skim coat and let that dry first. And then you can come over with a heavier coat afterwards. So I'm going to use my dryer and I'm going to dry this really thin coat first. And then I'll come back over with another coat for coverage. And I actually recorded an entire course on painted furniture and I never did anything with it. Remember? I hired Jacob and Joseph to record it for me. I have all that footage, baby.
It was not only a course, it was a live course.
Well,
we had 3 people there.
I had people there to help with my energy.
Yeah.
Because Dorothy Lage was there for that one.
Well, sometimes you do courses and it's just you.
Yes.
I mean, you're live.
Yeah.
But
now this was a pre-recorded course for the customer, but I did have people there live so that my energy would be not dead. And poor Dorothy, I thought she had painted furniture before. She had never painted furniture before. And I had her painting and blending and all kinds of stuff. And if you're in the membership, I did take the blending portion of that class and I did drop it into the membership. So I want to say, I don't know the name of it. It's probably blending your paint. There's a whole section about how to blend. So blending is something that you can do on your pieces. And I feel like it brings automatic value. So if you're someone who sells, if you're blending your paint, your customer is going to see automatic value in that finish.
Lisa Vansell, the dryer sheets paper is strange to use. I like water spritzing Royce's papers, plus the designs blend exceptionally well.
Yeah, I think it's Prima that has the dryer sheets. I mean, I can see why they came up with that. I actually know where they got it from. I am such a dork about paper, you guys. It is ridiculous. Those in my membership know all we're doing is talking about the gel plate right now. and I had like 4 different kinds of papers pulled out. But I believe that's the product that they use on surfboards is the product that that company ended up using. And I understand why they went with it because you don't have to worry about it tearing, right? I'm sure when they did their market research, they looked for the biggest complaints or the biggest struggles of customers. And tearing the paper when you're doing a piece of furniture, I'm sure it came up over and over again. So I'm assuming they were looking for something that wasn't going to tear easy. But it's hard. One of the reasons why I use the paper that I use is because I loved using tissue paper, but the tissue paper tore so easily. And so the 18-pound tissue that I use on the recycled paper is still tissue paper. So it still blends into the surface, but it's heavier. So it does offer more, I don't know, more flexibility, or it's more, what's the word I'm looking for, baby? It's more forgiving than the thinner tissue paper. Because when I first started, I was trying to use napkins, y'all, and I was about ready to pluck my eyebrows out.
And I'm going to try and do this from far away because I'm keeping my microphone.
Oh, okay. So you want me to?
No,
Okay.
because people are still complaining about echo every time I turn the microphone
Oh,
on.
okay.
Amber Demakwitz says you should do something with that course because you're good at furniture. Susan Steinberg Prentice, no, you're not the only one hearing an echo because it just is what it is. I'm going to punch out of this so there's no echo.
Okay, you can come a little closer, baby.
So there we go. Hopefully that'll take care of the echo. I'm just going to be a little far away. I don't know what happened. Something happened with the programs and it won't accept more than one microphone. Don't ask me. Lisa Vansell says napkins are a fail for me.
You can do them, Lisa. You just have to be more patient with them because they are so thin, though. But I know what you're saying. It's a much larger learning curve with the napkins.
I think this would work if I wasn't in the room with you.
Yes.
But then you would need headphones to hear me.
That wouldn't be fun. I wouldn't be able to give you looks.
I know. So
yeah, this program is really set up for me to like have people as guests remotely. You know.
That's why it's frustrating that it's only reading one of the microphones out of the audio board. It should just read a single audio board and pick up both microphones.
I know.
There's no logic to it.
We can try it again.
We'll do it next year.
Okay. I know I may have to call. What is the company I use again? StreamYard, and have a conversation with them.
Lee says I use the iron-on method with napkins.
And then that way you're not wetting them at all. That's probably the best course of action, please. I believe that video was probably the video that made me famous. No, not famous, but that brought me into the homes of a lot of people because it was years ago and I did a video on the iron-on method and I was using a quilting iron. It was, remember that long skinny iron? And everybody was like, iron-on. And the funny thing is, the iron-on is not my favorite method. I'll use it sometimes, but it's not my favorite. The good old-fashioned traditional iron, decoupage is my favorite way to decoupage. What's you guys' favorite? I'm curious. What's your favorite way, like your favorite decoupage method? Let me see. I've taught the regular traditional method, which is just just putting it on there. The iron-on method, and then we have the plastic method, which is nice if you're doing like a piece of paper over the top of another paper, and you want to be able to put it on without having to worry about it tearing. The plastic method, I guess it's like a carrier plastic method. I don't know what you call that. That one, or the misting method. Actually, the misting method is my new favorite. It's like a no fail. And the how I came up with the misting method is hilarious because I will be decoupaging something really big, and you guys who decoupage furniture, you guys will feel this or understand this. And you're decoupaging your piece that you're working on, but your edges don't stretch, and so you would get this weird like tension. So I started misting the edges so that they would stretch with the rest of the paper. And then I was like, well, what happens if I miss the whole paper and not just the edges? And so it was this really weird process that brought me to the misting method. Um, and I believe I taught that in my second decoupage class.
Lisa Vancil and Amber both prefer the misting method.
Yeah, that's my favorite too. You guys see how my second coat of paint went down so much easier over that first coat? Sorry, babe, go ahead.
No, Flea says depends on the project and the product.
This is true. My computer always wants to restart and update. At my last membership meeting, I was here, I was on time, I was prepped and ready, and I turn on my computer and it's like, we are updating. We'll be done in, you know, 5 minutes. Seriously? And I'm making sure to paint around my edges. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm making sure to paint around my edges while I'm painting. I try to do that. You can always go back and paint them, but I feel like it's going to be more cohesive if I do everything at once. So, and I've been really getting into these little crevices around the sides for two reasons. I want to make sure I get coverage and also to pick up any extra paint so I don't have any like globs of paint in there. And I'm using this brush, but it's really not the best option. I mean, because it's small, I could be using a larger brush and getting through this a lot faster. So has anybody thought of your word for 2026? I'm curious. Is that something that you do, or are you gonna do that, or have you decided what your word is already?
Oh, what is the color you're using, or what product are you painting with?
This is Wise Owl paint, and this color is called Abyss. This is my favorite color from Wise Owl. Actually, it's Abyss and Poseidon. One of the what I don't know. It's kind of a tie. My front door of my house, I mixed up a 50-50 mixture of Abyss and Poseidon. Poseidon is a little bit more bluer. It has a little bit more blue than Abyss does. But this is the color that brought me to Wise Owl. And it is still my favorite all these years later. Now, when you're painting, and this doesn't happen as much with chalk style paint as it does with like wall paint, but if you guys have ever painted a wall, you've painted and you walked away feeling good, thinking you've gotten full coverage and it's beautiful. And then you come back after it's dry and you have all these white dots all over the place. The reason it happens is because as the paint dries, it actually contracts. And so you think you have full coverage because the paint's like laying out, but then it dries and it contracts. And so it can leave some areas that aren't covered. So um, I'll do two coats and then I'll let everything dry completely and come back and take a look before deciding if I'm going to do any more coats of paint, because when the paint contracts, it can it did it again. That whole off on thing. And I don't know, now I'm just off and I'm back on. And I don't know what it's doing. So um am I still streaming, babe?
There's nothing on the camera, so I can't tell.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't see me?
I see the frame, but that's all I see.
Okay. That's what I was asking. It's okay. It did the same thing last week too, remember?
Uh-huh. But see, because you're not doing anything, I don't know if it's
Well, if the screen is black, baby, that's no way.
it's not black. It was just the frame.
That's what I'm saying. But you couldn't see me?
No, I don't see you.
Okay.
But I've not seen you in the little square the whole time. You have not done a second photo.
No, I'm talking. Never mind. I blinked out here for a minute, so I wasn't sure if it blinked out on your side. Like my screen went black.
So no, you're not black. It's moving now. I see your arm and I saw your finger.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And that was just Ariana trying to FaceTime.
Oh, I know I can add an extra camera, but I can't. Hmm. I keep forgetting how to do it.
All right, everybody says you're still here. We can hear you. So
Okay.
don't say bad words.
I want to say bad words sometimes because I feel like these companies, in their effort to be helpful, are actually making it a little harder.
Cherry Meek says I prefer using misting to apply, but misting rice paper before applying causes it to pill up when you apply your sealer on top of the wet rice paper. Susan Steinberg Prentice, I haven't thought of a word yet, but so grateful I caught you tonight to remind myself of a word for 2026. Can I be honest? When I see Susan Steinberg's Prentice's name, I immediately drift into old man territory because there are two names that jump out at me. It's Steinberg, because there was a comedian, David Steinberg. He wound up being a director. But I remember him, and I used to be able to do a decent David Steinberg impersonation, but I haven't now for a while. Now you're in the corner and nothing. And Prentice is Paula Prentice, who was an actress in the late 60s, early 70s. So I don't know why. I just think of both of them.
Oh, whenever you see her name, I'm playing around. I know there's a way to put myself on there. It's fine. You guys don't need to see my face, right? The important thing is the project. Although if you're watching vertical, if you're watching on YouTube, you guys, if you went on and you see me vertically, you can come out of that one and you can find me landscape. I'm on YouTube twice. So I forgot to talk about that tonight. So if you would prefer to see me vertically, landscape, you can come out of the vertical stream and you can come back into the other stream. So I think I'm satisfied with the coverage around the edge. I'm probably going to do some more weird stuff anyways. So let's do the inside whites because I'm going to be decoupaging in there. What time is it? It's already 6:43.
It is 6:43.
Goodness gracious. Now, let's talk about underpainting for your decoupage. Are you guys feeling like you're in school today? And if you're new to decoupage or a new word to decoupage and you're dealing with some frustrations, I want you to know that I do have a decoupage masterclass available at recycledacademy.com where I take a deep dives into different ways to have success when you're decoupaging under different circumstances. And I also talk a lot about different ways that you can use decoupage in your creative process that maybe you haven't thought of before, or honestly, that I don't see anywhere else. So that's my decoupage masterclass, and it is available at recycledacademy.com. Or you can come with me or come to the retreat that we're having in April. And then we
Susan Steinberg Prentice says she has a brother, David Steinberg.
Oh, how funny is that?
Yeah, not the comedian though. If he was, I'd want to meet him.
So he was funny.
I thought he was funny. I really did. But like I say, became a director. I think he had more success that way.
Oh, being a director than a comedian.
Flea asks, is there still space in the retreat?
There is still space in the retreat. Yes, yes, yes. So if you guys want to come, you can register for the retreat. Let me put up the QR code. If you're on Facebook, you can put #retreat and you will get a message in your instant messenger with the information for the retreat. If you are on YouTube, I do have a QR code here. Um, and so if you want information on the retreat, you can find it here. You can also just go to royceacademy.com and you can find the information on the retreat there as well. I've already started harassing my friends to offer coupons at their different establishments for you guys. So the soap shop, I don't know.
They're all in.
They're all in. They're actually going to have, so you guys, Thursday night at the retreat is a meet and greet, and we give out prizes for different things at the mixer. So we do like who came furthest, who was the closest, who was the oldest, who was the youngest, those kind of things. And then we also had a bingo card. You had to go around and introduce yourself to everybody to fill in your bingo card, and then you were entered into a drawing to win from that. And then I think David asked some questions, if I remember right.
I did.
For prizes as well. And we also have we do drawings all weekend, for different things. And so they're going to give us a basket. I'm sorry. I'm like, well, why did I start talking about that?
Yeah.
So they're going to offer a coupon to the besties who come to their soap shop. And you guys, it's such a cool soap shop. We have a local family who takes care of goats and milks the goats, and they sell their milk to the goats to the shop. And they use that goat milk to make their soaps and lotions and potions and all their products. And so they'll be offering a coupon. Those of you who came last year, you guys remember the soap shop. And they'll be having a basket to give away at the mixer as well.
They will ship because apparently somebody got stopped before getting on a plane.
Don't bring up stuff, baby.
Yeah.
It only happened once, and that was like 6 years ago now.
I know, but still, just FYI, if you want to
Yes,
ship
they
it.
will ship it for you.
Yeah. I do want to say this because I had asked about shopping earlier. If you aren't done, or if you want to pick up one other thing, find your local stores. And I say that because you came with me the last time I went into the soap shop and you watched how I shop there, which is I go up to them and say, I need something. And then they just take care of me.
Yeah.
Because they know what you like. They know what Ariana likes. They know I can just go to these places and say, I need. In fact, I'm going to talk to on Tuesday somebody who used to own a shop here that literally I would walk in and say, I need pants for Royce.
Oh, Desiree.
And Desiree would go, no problem.
Yeah.
Add your sizes, do the styles you like, done. So if you build up relationships with your, and not just craft places, but do that with your crafters.
Yeah. But with your local shops in general.
All your local shops. And I promise you, the owners want to talk to you. They want to know what you like. They want to know what you don't like. Now, don't sit there and go, you know what I hate about your store? No. But if you go, yeah, I don't really get I don't buy your homemade root beer, but I love your whatever.
Yes.
They appreciate that. They want to know what's selling and what's not, what people want, what they're not interested in. You with rice paper, good example. But you tried it.
I did. It's just not my thing. That's all.
So, yeah, they treat you like family. Lisa Vansel. We have that luxury because we're in a really small town. I imagine many of you are in small towns too. But it really makes a difference when you go in. You have to initiate it. They want to talk to you. They want to hear from you. They want to know what you like, and they want to give it to you. No, not give it to you. They want to sell it to you, but
yes. But still, and buying pants for me, by the way, is a whole thing, y'all. Like that's a big deal that David could go and find pants because
it really was.
I'm like substantialistly built on the bottom, and I'm just substantial on the top. So, and I'm 6 feet tall with long legs. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Lisa Vansel says the retreat is the same weekend as her daughter's birthday. Sounds like the perfect present.
Oh, I know, hon. You can come. We had a mother-daughter. We had a couple of mother-daughters last year.
What a perfect birthday present.
I was talking to I think it was Dorothy, and Dorothy's been all kinds of retreats this year, but she was saying that she went to a retreat in a smaller community and she was surprised that how isolated they were. Like she felt like when they came to Safford, that the whole community was hosting them. You
Yes.
know, when they walked into a shop, when they went to the spring festival, everybody knew what they were here for because if somebody had on a Royce Cycle shirt or a Royce Cycle apron or badge. And so they were greeted. Everybody knew who they were, why they were here, and they all felt like they were hosted by the whole community. She said she went to an event. The event was lovely, but it was interesting because they felt really like isolated. Like nobody in town really knew who they were.
Well, you have to remember you also had a banner over the main street.
I know.
I mean, which our community does for all of the events. So this isn't something just because of Royce.
It is. It's just for me, baby. It's because I'm special.
I mean, we had the
George moved my
Arizona
table.
Cattlemen's Association.
Yeah,
last
and they
year,
had a banner too. Yeah.
and they were welcome. And we have a hot air balloon festival next weekend.
And they have a
they
banner.
are welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way we as a town treat visitors.
Yes.
But you're right. We want people to feel welcome and feel that they're appreciated for being here.
Absolutely.
And I know our stores do because we talked to them. I mean,
Oh yes.
the
The antique shop. She's like ready for you guys, by the way.
and there's a new coffee shop right next door now.
Oh yeah, that's true. And he's already talked to me too about offering. Oh, he's actually gonna make you guys a special coffee. Yeah, he's gonna make a special drink just for you guys. Yes. So I need to circle back with him because he was gonna do it from his cart, but now he's in the store right there next door. So,
literally next door. He just opened up the space literally next door.
so I'm looking for my paper.
Lee says substantialicious is her 2026 word.
I got a Snicker bar once, and that was on it, and I'm like, oh, that describes me perfectly. I'm substantialicious.
Kathleen Nova says the white looks great next to that blue.
It does, right, Kathleen? And you guys see how quickly this came together, and how if you had a simple cabinet door, how easily it would be to make it a sign with very little effort. And it's because it's already done, right? I mean, it's already been made to look pretty. So all you're doing is adding to that. And so look, I still have papers. You guys, I over prepared for last year's retreat. So a lot of the things you guys see me using now, like these small bottles of paint, are from last year's retreat. And so are these papers. I had pre-cut a bunch of paper for the tables. I do want to add a flower in the middle here. And so I think that's going to be perfect.
Amber Demekowitz likes the idea of a mother-daughter retreat. She's going to talk to her mom.
We legitimately had Kathy came with her daughter, and then we had a mother-daughter back in the corner. They were the ones who drove from Florida. And I think we had, was it 2 or 3 mother-daughters? There were at least 2 that came. And Kathy's daughter is really artistic to begin with. I mean, you know, she does like other stuff, but she really enjoyed doing our kinds of crafting. So I'm going to lay my finger just along the edge of this so I can mark the paper so I know exactly where to trim it. And I don't have to be exact because you guys know I'm probably going to use my sanding block to trim it. But I'm thinking I like that right there. And I'm going to paint this too. What time is it? I'm going to run out of time. We're not going to finish the sign, are we? You guys, I don't know how to work on projects really quickly. And yes, I hear myself whining.
What was the name of the story where God and the devil made a bet over a particular human? I want to say Oscar Wilde wrote it, but I'm not entirely certain.
I'm thinking about the song. Sorry.
And it was like, would this human do it or not do it? Would they do the right thing? I forget what it was. And I want to say it was like a hedonistic person. Could they eventually do the right thing? I forget.
Okay.
But the reason I bring that all up is because I have both YouTube and Facebook open on 2 tablets, and YouTube has a white background, very angelic,
Uh-huh.
and Facebook black background.
Those are your settings. You know that, don't you?
I know, but I still like it.
It's still funny.
It makes me laugh.
So we mentioned the misting method. So you guys, if you guys are new here, you guys saw me mist my paper. And the reason why I do that is because when you're decoupaging and you put your tissue paper down and it starts to wrinkle, what's happening is it's responding to the moisture in your decoupage medium. And so that's why it's expanding. And that's why you're getting wrinkles. So by misting your paper first and kind of stretching out your paper fibers, you really do eliminate having to deal with that like a lot. I like to mist it. I don't want to wet it a lot. I just want to mist it just enough so that those fibers will relax. And so when it comes into contact with my decoupage medium, I don't have to worry about it wrinkling. And I'm just using a regular matte medium. This is a clear matte medium, acrylic, but you can use your Mod Podge, you can use your water-based sealer. What you use to decoupage really depends on what kind of project you're doing. Like if I were doing furniture, for instance, I would definitely want to use a water-based varnish because I would want it to be really durable, right? But if it's something for decor, it's less important. And I don't know, those of you who took my decoupage masterclass, I went into like a whole thing about the paper and why it wrinkles when it responds to the moisture and what's happening. When I listened to it, I had to laugh at myself. I am such a nerd about stuff, but I feel like once you understand why something happens, though, then you're more likely to be successful averting any of the pitfalls that can occur. So that's why I like to take my time and really, really explain the why when I'm teaching. Oops. And I'm probably still going to use that wood door, but I'm going to have to put some clear primer on there first to block all those tannins because that door would have bled all over the place if I would start painting it. And when you're using primer to block stains, you guys, you can't just lay it on there and then go right over it with your paint. You're going to be sadly disappointed because you haven't given it an opportunity to do what it's made to do. So if you're using it for stain blocking, what you'll want to do is let your primer sit. Like if you can let it sit for 24 hours, that's optimum. If you're like me and you're impatient, at least let it sit for a few hours before you go over it with the paint. And I'm going to go right over this. Now I want to paint this. I don't even know if I brought out any. So I'm just putting a matte sealer right over the top. I like to use the same thing to decoupage and to go over. It's just the thing. So like if I was using a water-based varnish, I would just seal it and decoupage it with that. But when I'm painting, so this is my paintable paper. And I think I removed my automation for this guide. If you guys are interested in a guide on how to paint these papers, and you guys, my guide is not just about my papers. It's about any black and white, like even transfers that you're using. You can use that information or paint inlays because all the values that you need are already in here. So I can just put a transparent glaze over here and it's going to have like tons of depth because the darks are already there. The highlights, everything is already there. So we're just going to be playing with them when we go into paint.
Susan Steinberg Prentice, what do you use to reverse decoupage on glass?
So Susan, you can use a water-based varnish to decoupage on glass. Honestly, the even more important than what to use is I know I figured out how to add an extra camera on here last week. I'm feeling like I'm just crazy because
Lee says Oscar Wilde wrote The Picture of Dorian Gray. Is that what I'm thinking of? I thought that was where the guy didn't age because he had a portrait done and the portrait aged. And he left that in like his attic until somebody discovered it.
oh,
No, this was who was the in the Old Testament? Who was the guy who was constantly the trials of Isaac? No.
Oh, you're talking about hold on. You guys, I'm trying to do two things here. Okay. It says I should be on there and then how come I'm not on there? I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it right now this second because
Yeah, and
the story always bothered me, by the way.
right. And I don't disagree, but I want to say somebody like did a modern version. Job. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Job, yeah.
Thank you, Flea. Job. Um, yeah, but somebody did like a modern take on it,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically that, let's see if this person will be good or bad.
This thing is just being persnickety tonight because my other picture should be down here, but it's not. So I'll just remove it. Okay.
I said Old Testament. That could have also been the, oh, Talmud. Today's still Hanukkah, right? Is today the 8th day? I need to see.
Yeah, Job. That story always bothers me. Like, Lord, don't test me, please.
Yeah, and that's definitely one I want past fail. Oh, tomorrow's the last day. So happy Hanukkah to anybody or everybody.
Hey, Lance.
Yeah, if I'm tested, I'm going to bring down the class average. Just make me pass.
No, you're not. You're actually really good. I know. So if is Melissa Netterak here? She probably isn't. This white stain on my thing drives her crazy because I dropped it in some paint. So whenever I'm paint, and I didn't bring any, I don't think I have any out here. I prefer to use like a clear gesso or something over the top of my paper before I start painting it, but you don't have to have it. But it does prep your surface. You know how sometimes when you're painting and your paint will like bead up a little bit? If you use the clear gesso over the top of it, you don't have that problem. But I'm hoping that because I use a matte medium, that those mattifiers will help me out. And I think my watercolors are in the house, so I'm gonna have to use regular paint. But
Chris Schmidt says on glass, you have to use gloss products, otherwise your finished project will be hazy.
yeah, that's did I not finish saying that? Thank you, Chris. That's what I was
might have
gonna say.
interrupted.
So yes, thank you, Chris. So it's not so much, I mean, it is which project you want. You want to use something that's going to be crystal clear, but you do want it to be gloss, not have something with any kind of mattifiers in it. So the way that it works when you use a matte medium is that they have little particulates in there so that when the light hits the surface, it doesn't immediately bounce off, so it doesn't look glossy. And those mattifiers can look hazy on glass. So if you're using glass, the biggest thing is to use a gloss medium. And we did a live for the last 2 weeks before this one, and we did reverse decoupage on plates. Sorry, you guys. And these were them. These are the plates we did. We did this one. We used some crackle medium around the edge. And then we did this one and the crackle mediums on. We put the crackle medium down first and then the paper over that. I do have like some little bubbles, not bubbles, but like little, you see those little spots in there? And that's more about making sure that the paper is really adhered to the surface. So I would say something that's maybe a little bit more tacky and that's gloss is going to work better on glass. I'm gonna take those edges off later. We'll get a little bit of paint down, but we won't have time to paint this whole thing. This is a yellow ochre that I'm gonna use on here. I don't want it to be super colorful, and I am gonna mix this with the clear medium just so it can be like really see-through. And I usually complicate this, so I'm gonna not be complicated. I'm gonna try not to complicate it tonight. So I can show you guys that you can literally just go over this with a transparent color. And all the heavy lifting as far as values, shapes, which is what gives your stuff depth and makes it look like it's not just flat, comes from that. And so I can go over this with this color and not do anything else, and it's going to be really pretty. And I don't want to do anything too loud because I'm going to go right over the top of this with some vinyl. What color should I do my middle though? And one of the things you could do, like if you wanted your highlights, sorry, baby. If you wanted your highlights to be like really, you could just go back in and wipe them out, wipe some color out. Let me bring you guys a little bit closer for this part of the video. Maybe. Are we stretched all the way out? My table is positioned different too, so my camera is a little tilted, but that's as close as I can get, unless I think that's good though. So when your paint is still wet, you guys see how it's just all I'm doing is laying down color, but I can go back in and kind of lift out paint in the areas that where there aren't any lines are my highlights. And so it's already dried now. But when it's still wet, you can go in with a dry brush and kind of lift the paint out of those areas, and that'll make your highlights even more. Or you can go back in with white after the fact too. But I do like just lifting it out because I feel like it's less work that way. But you see how I can just lay down one color and I don't have to worry about doing anything else because all of the values are already there. So the paper is going to do the work for me. But the trick is to use transparent though paint. And if you want like you don't have to put anything over it. You guys see the paint is laying down fine. But like if I were using watercolor, I go this with a watercolor ground first and then go in with my watercolors and they would lay down beautifully on my paper. It basically turns your paper into watercolor paper. And I did mean to bring my watercolor palette out. But Dave and I took a nap today, y'all. It was only 71 degrees out there today, but it felt like it was a lot hotter. And this color is pretty, and I want it to be a little bit deeper in some areas. So what I'll do is wait for it to dry, and then I'll come back in and just add a second layer of paint on there. I know we're not patient, but sometimes patience is what we need to get like the maximum effect that we want. Dag nabbit. I feel like this is too clean for me. Don't you guys feel like I should like do something? Like it's just too straightforward. I need like some rusty patina or something. I might go around my edges and do a patina finish. We'll see what happens.
So we should mention, sorry to everybody else in the world. It was 71 degrees today.
It was.
Where we lived. It was warm.
It felt like it was like 80 out there. I was sweating. Me and David, seriously, we came home. Well, no, we went shopping, like for the house. And then we came home and took a nap because we were worn out from standing out there in the heat.
And we weren't out there that long.
No.
But yeah, we went and saw dinosaurs. Uh, our son and daughter-in-law and the grandkids.
Although I have to say, Damar wasn't impressed.
He did not care. The 6-year-old did not care one bit. He just wanted to eat a cookie.
Yeah. Tiana was having fun though.
Yes, the 1-year-old liked the dinosaurs.
Which is funny. Even when Dominique put her like really close to it, she wasn't scared. And these were like animatronics. So the dinosaurs were like moving and roaring, you guys. And she was not scared.
But yeah, I know the rest of the country is either cold or snowy or generally kind of miserable. The first day of winter, it was hot here.
Oh, today is the first day of winter, huh?
Yeah, it was. My phone said 71, but it legitimately felt hotter than that.
It felt like it was about 80. It's because we were standing there too for a
Yeah.
long time.
And it was sunny. There was not a cloud in the sky.
And we were on the black asphalt.
Oh, Chris says supposed to be almost 60 on Christmas Day in Illinois.
Oh, wow.
And it's 37 in Maryland, Melissa Gomez says.
37. I mean, that's cold, but I don't know. I just feel like it should be colder this time of year, right? Because it's usually 37 here this time of year.
Amber says going to be 80 in Oklahoma.
Oh, wow. Is that normal?
I don't think that warm.
I am really happy with my color choice.
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain on Christmas Day and 66.
Oh, is that what we're supposed to be getting here?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No.
But you guys see how easy that was? Like literally all I did was add that. But because all the shadows and stuff are already in there, it still looks like it's like 3-dimensional. So I'm going to add a little bit too. And the trick is to make sure that the color that you're using is transparent so that you can see through. And if I want to make this like a deeper ochre, I can just go over with another coat. And it'll deepen that ochre even more. Or I could just leave it like this. But layers, right? Now I don't know if I want to use this for my claim board. I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think? Are you yawning, babe?
What's that?
Are you yawning?
I'm still tired.
Well,
this
naps
past
make
2
you
weeks have been
tired.
miserable. And from a work standpoint, I mean, I literally worked every night or had something every night for 2 weeks. And then yesterday, we had to go to Tucson, which is 2 hours away, except it wasn't.
Right now, because of the road construction.
They're replacing a bridge, so they reduced I-10 to 1 lane in each direction, only for about a mile, but that mile created about a 10-mile backup.
Yeah.
And it took us 4 hours to get home last night, stop and go. Oh,
they're supposed to be done by March, though. So they better be done by the time my retreat gets here.
We are not going back to Tucson till March.
We are not going back. Okay, I got to find me a transparent blue. I don't know if I have. Let me see. Maybe I can make it. Now, you can add like a clear coat or, if you have acrylic stuff on your desk, you can add an acrylic medium to make your paint transparent. But if you can use a transparent paint, it will be better. The transparent colors don't get cloudy at all. It's a different look. So you can thin out your paint, absolutely, and it will work, but it will look better if you can use a transparent color. Now, if you're going to ask me, because somebody's going to ask me, I can feel it. How do I know if it's a transparent color? One of the things I love about acrylic paint is they tell you on the package whether or not it's transparent. So like this is a burnt umber. Oh man, can you guys see that? Oh, there we go. See this little square right here? This square is empty. And so that tells me that this paint is transparent without me having to even test it. Now this paint right here, the square is filled in. So that tells me that this is opaque, means that I'm not going to be able to see through this paint. It's going to be solid. This one I'll be able to see through because it's transparent. And sometimes, some of them, let me see if I have one here. It may have like a diagonal line across the middle, and half will be dark and half will be light. And those are like semi-transparent. And even those are fine. If you have a semi-transparent color, you can add some medium to it and it'll make it more transparent. Those won't get cloudy. But if you use a color that's opaque and you add a medium to it, is it going to make it more see-through? Absolutely. But it can also make it cloudy. So if you can use transparent colors, that's optimum. I do think the watercolors are fun because you can get one watercolor palette and you get so many colors. And so I'm just going to mix these two and make a green. And this blue is going to make this green really bright, but it's fine. I'll just use a little bit more of the ochre. And we have several paintable designs in the Royce decoupage paper. And these are, I mean, I think it's fun. Like I could get lost in doing this if I were here by myself. And you could choose whatever colors you want for your piece and it would look completely different. There's no questions, baby?
At the moment.
You guys are quiet tonight. Oh, we need to do a toast before everybody starts leaving.
Well, Ari is on now. Hi, Ari.
Hey, Ari Nana.
Chris just asked, how do I know if it's transparent?
I'm assuming that was after I already did the.
Yeah.
I mean, before. Probably
Yes.
before. And then if you have paints that don't have the boxes, like, a lot of us, I mean, the little boxes, you can, if you take some paint, like for instance, I have this bottle, right? And I'm not sure if this color is transparent. I am, but let's say that you're not sure. I can put it down. Oh, you guys can't see that. I can put it down here on my mat and then just kind of rub it out, right? Like this is, to me, it's semi-transparent. You can see, like I can sort of see through it, but not really. So this is like a semi-transparent color. So you'll know, like this one is not transparent because when I look at it, I can't see through it. So you can just do a test and you can see if it's transparent, if it's something that doesn't have an indication, because not all the brands do it, which is kind of irritating. Like, why wouldn't you put that on there? Why would you make me guess? But thank you, Chris. You made me put down that other blue. So now at least I have some variations in green. So all my leaves won't look the same. And I do like mixing my colors on the fly because I do feel like it gives me variation so that all of my colors don't look the same everywhere. And I just think it makes it look more interesting. And in my decoupage masterclass, you guys, I do spend time talking about how to mix your colors, because when you're trying to, like, if your decoupage paper isn't big enough, to me, if you can match the color of the background of your paper, you've already taken care of 85% of your issue. And the likelihood of you're having a color that matches your paper like perfectly is going to be hard, right? So if you know how to mix your own colors, then you're always able to mix what you need, whether it's for decoupage, whether you're painting a project and you want something specific that you see in your mind. I do think that understanding color and how it works is super important. And there are some things that don't work the way we think they would. Like if you mix yellow with black, you get green. Like how much sense does that make, right? I don't know if that's ever happened to you. But if you mix it with its complement, which is purple, then you get a dark yellow. So there are a lot of rules like that that you wouldn't know unless you knew. And so I love teaching color theory because I think that it increases your creativity like tenfold just having that information.
Ari is calling you out. She says, I called Royce to ask if she wanted to help me spread tamales.
Well, we had our live tonight.
I'm just saying, she's calling you out.
I know, but didn't she call while we were live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Lisa Vansell does say, Eric, Lisa's available to assist. And who said it? I gotta find it. Lisa also said she's pondering words. She's leaning towards flourish.
Ooh, I like that one. That's a really good one. And I love words. I think they're so powerful. So if you guys see like my space, you'll often see words in space in places. It probably feels random to some people who come to my house. Like, you know, I still have my audacious sign up right here. And that was what, how many years ago was that my word?
At least 3 or 4.
That's a long time ago. But it's still valid. Audacious. I was watching a video and the guy was saying how we have our gifts and we sit on them because we don't think we're good enough. And the people who are like doing the things that they want to do are not always necessarily the best people, but they're the most audacious ones, right? They're the ones who will just do it, even though they may not be the best ones to do it. And so that year, I was challenging myself to be audacious and do things whether I thought I was qualified or not. And it's funny because I hear myself returning to those conversations since I started like my classical art journey. Um, because in this space, I'm the low man on the totem pole again. It's fine. I'm learning. So I have to learn not to compare again. But I guess that's how life is, though, right? You and I were talking about how sometimes you have college athletes from small communities who are the best, and then they go to college, and all of a sudden you're average.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what space you're in.
Ari's really calling you out. She goes, after live. Chris Schmidt says, I'm thinking my word might be blossom.
I like blossom too. So are you guys gonna make signs or something to put around to remind you? I'm being super nosy now. I don't know what color to put in the middle. I want this to be fairly neutral. What do you guys think? What color should I put there in those little dots right there? I'm ignoring Ariana because it's late. You want me to come start spreading tamales at 7 o'clock? I would have come over this morning or tomorrow morning. I'm gonna see if I like this color, you guys. I don't know. What do you think? One of the things that you can do when you're like dealing with colors, you know how have you ever put colors together and you're like, oh, apart the colors are beautiful, but together they don't make sense. One of the things that you can do is you can take like I want to use this magenta color and I don't know if it's going to look good. So what I'm going to do is mix a little bit of the colors that I've used in other places and just mix it in there. And that's going to automatically make it feel cohesive. Even if it doesn't change the basic color, it'll change it a little bit, but it's still the same color, but it's going to feel more cohesive because it has the other colors in it that I've already used. Oh, that changed it too much. Oh, I kind of like that though. Let me find something in the middle. Oh, we need to do our, I keep saying it. I hope you guys are enjoying tonight. I know I'm like being a little bit more luxury tonight than normal. I don't know if that's good or bad. You guys can let me know. I think it's because I missed my membership. We had our last call on Wednesday. I had to run out because Demar had his Christmas performance. What'd you guys talk about after I left? I want to know. I'm nosy. I guess I can go look at the recording too, but and we won't be meeting again until 2026 either. Okay. So it's different, but because I mixed the colors in it that were already here, it still looks cohesive. So I think I'm done. That's like the most simple way to paint your recycled paintable decoupage papers. Work with a transparent color, lay it on there, and you're done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You guys know I want to put some white. I'm going to show you guys something. The power of a highlight, I'm telling you, is crazy. I'm going to take my white. Maybe. And I'm going to add some medium so I still want it to be a little more transparent so that it looks like it belongs here. And even with my white, I'm going to add a little bit of one of these colors. I think I'm going to add a little bit of the yellow to my white so that it's not just like a bright white. Just a little bit though. It'll still look white against the, and I ended up with a little green in there just because I have green left in my brush, but this is probably not the best brush. Let's use this one. I feel like the highlight really makes everything pop. You guys have your libations ready for us to do our toast? You have to think of a toast, babe.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Nope.
You're the writer?
Yeah, I'm a writer. It takes me time.
Oh, so I can't just spring it on you? Is that what
Gary
you're
says her
telling me?
masa is ready. It's not late.
Girl, I love you, but I am not coming over tonight. I am tired. We literally came home and took a nap after today.
Go over for an hour.
And you have to get up and go to work in the morning. You
That's
talking
why I
about how
say
you
an hour.
tired?
We could go over for an hour.
It takes longer than that to do masa, baby.
I didn't say that anything about that. I just said we could go over. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm willing to put socks and shoes back on.
Y'all see how he threw me under the bus?
It's grandbabies. You got to be with Tiana this week. I didn't. I had to work. You got to be with her all day. And what'd you say when I came home? She was so good.
She was. She was a good girl.
See? And here's me slaving away at a hard computer, typing words.
You guys see how the white, like I just feel like when you add that white, it's magical. I mean, you don't have to do it, but
That's sparkling?
is it sparkling?
It didn't go. Psst.
I know. What kind of sparkling did you get, baby?
I don't know.
And I don't have to put it everywhere. I'm just going to put it in some places. I actually don't want to put it everywhere because then it becomes less special.
Give me the other one. Oh,
Okay. Yeah. Give me 1 second, babe. Is my time up, baby?
It kind of. Well, you're the one.
Okay.
Who said.
I know. So that is our project for tonight. That looks too clean for me, doesn't it? I know it does. Y'all don't have to go and do something. Add some black wax or rough it up or something. Okay. Poor Grandpa Dave. The transparent white. This white is not transparent, but there is a transparent white. When you're mixing colors, like this white is an opaque white. It has like the little square on it. You see it there. You can find a transparent white. You can look for one. They do, they do have them. I just mixed this white with a little bit of my clear coat to make it more transparent. But of course, it's going to be a little cloudy, right? Because it's not a transparent color. But you guys know how you have your inks? It'll say like a mixing ink. It'll say like a mixing white. It just means it's a transparent white. So it'll allow you to make your colors lighter without neutralizing them really hard because it's not opaque. It's transparent. So this is not a transparent white, but you can buy a transparent white.
All right, let me see if there are any questions before we sign
I almost
off.
feel like I should put it this way, huh? What do you guys think? I think those colors look really good together. So with the recycled paintable decoupage paper, like you can choose what color paint you want to use, and then you can paint your paper to match whatever paint you're using. And all I did was go over this with one color, but look how beautiful it is. And it's because all of those shadows and highlights are already there. So they're already doing all of the heavy lifting and the hard work for you. Oh, good, Lisa.
And I want to say real quick, unfortunately, the camera's not picking up the color as it is in real life. It pops a little bit more than you can see.
You think it's more vibrant in person than it is on the camera?
It is, because when I got up to pour your glass, I was kind of surprised at how much color is there. It
Oh,
feels a little muted on camera.
on camera than it is in real life.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm adding a few more highlights. But let's toast. Are you not going to do a toast for real,
You do a
baby?
toast.
Oh my goodness. Do you guys have, does everybody have their libations to do a toast with us tonight? Um, Kathleen, yes, I do. Let me, oh, Kathleen wants to see the same one unpainted. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it's kind of the same. So the recycled paintable decoupage paper, I mean, it's cut up. So these sheets are still 21 by 29 inches, but this is what it looks like before I paint it. It's not quite black. I didn't make it like a stark black because I wanted to make it easier for you guys to integrate when you're painting, and it wouldn't look like really super graphic unless you wanted it to. So this is what it looks like before you paint it. And all I did was go over with one color. I didn't do anything complicated. One transparent color, and I went over it. Well, two, counting the green on the leaves. But I mean, the flower, I just did one transparent color on the flower, and it looks like it belongs there. And so that's why I didn't do the stark black, because I feel like using the almost black helps you integrate your work a lot easier. But these have so much, there's so much you can do with these papers, you guys. And I don't know if you guys saw the reel that I posted on my Facebook page today, but I did a sap bucket, and I actually tore out just the flower and then painted on that one. And I used a completely different color, and it's a completely different look. So, Butamus, thank you, Chris. Let's see. Shall we toast, baby? Let's toast to 2026. It's interesting. I was telling David today that the older I get, the more data points I have. And so I see the world different every year, the older I get. And the one thing that I know for sure is that the fact that I'm toasting 2026 in and of itself is a blessing, and I'm grateful for that. But I am claiming, I'm not hopeful for, I'm not pining for, I'm not praying for, I am claiming for 2026 a year of continued growth and creativity. And I pray the same for you guys. And so we'll toast for continued growth, growth in our community, so that we can continue to support and honor each other. And you guys, what else? You guys can tell me more stuff because I'm off the cuff here. I don't have anything prepared. And health, right? Our strength, our health and our strength. Let me think of what I'm thankful for every morning when I wake up. My health and my strength, right? So we're praying for that to continue for 2026, or I'm claiming that for 2026. For provision, for protection, and continued growth in our creativity. Cheers.
All right.
That's a stiff drink, baby. It's sparkling grape juice, you guys.
I missed the sparkling apple.
I know this one's sparkling grape, huh?
Sparkling grape, yeah.
No, I think the sparkling apple is
Sparkling
better.
apple. We're gonna have to
What do
get
you
that
guys
for
think?
Christmas.
Yeah, we'll get the sparkling apple for Christmas. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight and every Sunday night that you're here. You guys remember, as you go through the rest of the year, where curiosity goes, creativity follows. So get curious, play, and create, and discover your own creative voice. You guys have a blessed holiday season, and we will see you guys in 2026.